Hi guys, how you doing? Um, I'm making an announcement. Um, I'm gonna be having dinner with Warren DeMartini of Ratt tomorrow, and I'm also going to film the party for Fourth of July and the rehearsal for the show and the actual show. And it's not going to be Ratt Productions. I'm going to make that clear. It's Shirtless Guy Productions, if there's such a thing. It's all my end doing that. It's not Ratt doing it. It's and I'll even film the dinner with me and Ratt tomorrow if it's okay with Warren. If it's not, that's cool. That could just stay between us. Um, but anyway, I'm going to be filming a lot of what goes on live on my channel, Shirtless Guy. So just letting you guys know, so no one's upset or surprised or unduly surprised. Um, uh, and I'm really excited about it. Before I mention exactly how I feel about it, stuff like that, let me say, I don't need to bring any of my equipment, but I have some guitars that I just don't want to be out of not with when I'm out on the road. I just want to have them with me, and I think that's my three gem guitars, and maybe my Curly cord and my picks and whatever, but that's it. I amps. Oh, I need the Ratterator. I need the Ratterator, my Ratterator pedal, and maybe my wah. At least the Ratterator pedal. I don't know. I might take my wah and I might take my whammy pedal. I won't need the beat pedal. But I'm taking the Ratterator and my three gem guitars, and I'll take the guitar that's strung left-handed also. That's also an Ibanez guitar, the one I strung this morning. So. And now about how I feel about the gig and everything. It's funny. I actually feel ready for this in a way that I wasn't even a couple days ago, much less a year ago. And it humbles me, really. It humbles me because I think, wow, look at the people I'm going to be in the presence of. Brad Gillis, he wants me to sign his guitar, the guitar. I'm actually humbled by it. It's not like it's not an ego trip for me. I just really feel very honored and ready. Both those two things at the same time. I feel honored and yet I feel ready for it. The mailman and I are friends, and he said to me, I told him about the gig and everything. He said, "Jimmie, go." And sometimes that's what I need. I just need one person to say, "Do it, go do it, Jimmie, go," and it helped me when he said that. It's like. It's okay to do that. It's okay to just go ahead and do the show and be me and do the party and do the rehearsal, and I have permission from myself to do this. At the same time, I want to help the music sound as good as possible, but I also want it to be entertaining. So I'm going to practice some kicks and some twirls and things like that. So I'm up for it, because Warren wants me to do another take of Round and Round with no shirt, just necklaces, maybe sunglasses, shorts, bare feet. And he wants me to do a karate kick and a couple, like 3 spin arounds. So I've got to practice that, and I want to do that when I do Round and Round. Rock is supposed to be entertaining too. It's a visual art. You don't say I heard Van Halen. You say I saw Van Halen. It's visual first. And so it's a visual art. So I'm going to work on that and do another take of Round and Round, and I might literally be spinning round and round, playing Round and Round. I think that's actually a cool thing. Yeah, I'm up for this. I really am. I thought about it. Steve Vai said when he got the gig to play with David Lee Roth. And he said, I thought about comparing myself to Eddie Van Halen for a minute, and then I stopped myself and said, I'm just not going to do that. It won't allow me to be my best. And I kind of had a moment like that with Ratt, with this. I thought, I'm taking the place of Robin Crosby, and I'm playing with Ratt. How do you feel about that, Jimmie? And, I thought about it for a minute, and I thought of how I could think of it as daunting, but I said, no, I'm just going to be me, do me, and that'll make me able to be my best. We don't need, I get the importance of the gig and I get the magnitude of it, but to me, it's just rock and roll. I don't want to go out and rock. And I'm going to be my best if I think of it that way, and that's how I think of it. I R.A.P. to Robin Crosby, though. I mean, I'm sorry, Warren, for what you went through losing him. You know, it's not just the people that die that suffer. It's the person. You had to lose your best friend probably, and your musical partner. And I'm honored to even think of trying to fill that shoes again. But yet here I am, and I want to rock with you, Warren, and I'm ready to do it. It's like two things you think at the same time. It's like you're humble, but yet you're ready to go out there and kill it. You know. Someone said I've read books about music philosophy and all that, and one of them was called The Music Lesson. I think that might have been the one I'm going to quote from, or maybe it was one called Zen Guitar, Zen Guitar, one of those two. I think it was Zen Guitar, but it might have been The Music Lesson. Someone said, quoted somebody as saying, you have to think of it as the most important thing in the world, and yet at the end of the day, it's just rock and roll. You have to somehow believe both those two things. You have to believe it's just rock and roll, and yet, but that's very important too at the same time, and you have to know both those things at once. And so I love you guys. I love you, Warren. I get introduced to someone to jam with as well. I haven't lost anyone, but I get to jam with Warren DeMartini, and that's just yeah, you know. And I love it. You know, I'm gonna check my ego at the door, and yet I'm gonna bring my A game at the same time. I'm gonna really do my best, and just rock out. And I'll be doing my homework. I'm going to be listening to from starting tonight, and probably on my walk, because I do Pandora on my walk a lot on my phone. I'm going to start listening to Ratt. I'm going to get the music in my head, you know, and I'm just excited to rock with you guys, and I'm excited to have it documented and filmed on my channel. I'm excited for all those who join us. See, I said us, not me. See, it's not just me, dude. I'm getting that. I'm getting that as I get more. I don't know. As I learn, as I grow more as a person, I realize that, you know, it's us. It's us. In fact, it's us humans. We're all together. You know, why don't we just love each other and stop and not do the real enemies a favor by fighting each other when we're not the enemy, someone else is, or something else is. Anyway, I'm excited about with Ratt. Love you guys. Peace, love, and rock and roll.